All right, Des, you have big news to share.
I do.
So I am eager to hear your plans for the fall marathon.
Yeah, it was a lot of hemming and hawing, and by a lot, I mean not much at all. I'm so excited to come back to Boston. It's top of my list always, and um, once in a lifetime opportunity to run Boston in the fall. I couldn't miss it, couldn't pass it up.
When you were racing the 50K in Oregon, were you thinking, okay, the next time I'm racing, I'm going to be racing on the course where I won in 2018?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think it was an odd 50K because it was so flat and it was a little bit boring and there was nothing technical about it. There was no competition. It was all the things Boston wasn't or isn't. And it's great for filling the void of having an empty spring. But I kept thinking, like, I can't wait to get back to real competition and in front of the best fans in the world.
I know the BAA is taking every conceivable step to keep this a very safe race. Do you have any trepidation about running with a big group in October?
Personally, no. And honestly, I always think back to after winning Boston in 18 and being freezing cold, and Jack Fleming of the BAA being so cautious about where I was and how I was feeling, wanting me to be able to soak up that experience and have all that amazing opportunities that come with winning, but also being very, very mindful of my health. And as soon as he saw me get a little bit too cold, grabbed me and said, "We're done. We're shutting it down. Let's go." And I know they're using that exact same precision and care, and just it's going to be a great event. And I trust them completely, and mainly because I've seen it put into action before. So I think it'll be great.
Was it at all a question of, you had these let's say there are 6 major races in front of you. Was there ever any doubt when you decided to do a fall marathon that you would be doing Boston?
It was interesting because I just never even pictured Boston and fall in the conversation. I mean, I know I had switched last year, but once that was off the table, I was like, okay, spring for sure, back to normal. But yeah, no, that's definitely the top of the list for me in terms of racing. And I love training in Northern Michigan. I think it's a great spot for Boston. I've always felt like that would be the ideal place to train for a Boston if we didn't have to deal with winter. So I think the stars kind of aligned in a strange way. And I think it's really exciting for me to get to train at home and come out here and run on a course that's very similar to what I'm used to working out on.
After 2018, did the pressure, you and I have discussed how the pressure that you put on yourself changed, but I also know when you set out to do something, you set out to win, and you've won Boston. So is your approach to the race different now?
No, I always want to come here and just be the best I can be, and I think that's a product of the community out here and the expectations of that pro field. And if I'm invited, I feel like, that's Mary Kate, the elite athlete coordinator, extending an invitation and saying, I believe you can win. Here's an invitation. And honestly, I wouldn't accept it if I didn't feel like I could come out and perform on a really high level. So I still, have that goal of competing for the win and competing for podiums and so on and so forth, just that high level. But it's nice to have one in my pocket at least. So I can, always have that card at the end of my career. But each year is a new year, and that goal of being the best I can be out here always stays the same.
What are you most looking forward to in October?
Oh man, there's just a whole host of things. But standing on the start line and having those, nervous, excited feelings and that energy of a group of people who've put in months of work and are just ready to pour it all out on a course and see how good they are.